on the way in. Hit that like button. Getting ready for the walk. Quite some time today, so I want to make sure that landlord. They've been doing hella work on this, and I don't want to discredit anybody, but I have to tell myself, where really my needs weren't addressed. So I got to really talk about why this whole process really expression has to be said. The things that I have to talk about, get them out, man. We got a couple people in here, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Also say what's up in the chat, man. At about maybe the 3-minute mark is where I'll really dive into it. So right now, I just want to say hello to the people that are watching. Just want to say hello to the people that are watching. And we're going to really get into the subject and why it's important. Yeah, I mean, this morning I thought about it. I was like, nah, this got to be talked about now and right the F now. Has to be talked about. Because right now we're entering a dangerous pattern that we typically always enter with the scene. And if we can kind of cut it off, we can cut the cancer out, maybe we can kind of salvage things. We can salvage this season. Because right now, the way that we're going, we had a hell of a draft. I don't even think that right now I even addressed that. I got to address it. We had a hell of a draft, guys. Hell of a draft. I do think that we have made the core of this team stronger. We have definitely made this team stronger. I don't know if it will translate to wins, but we did better. We got stronger in some key aspects that we. Being said, what up, David Jenkins? With that being said, we didn't address the major needs. We didn't address the major needs. We just packed on to certain areas that we could have gotten better at. We didn't attack the major needs. We didn't. And we're still kind of in a situation where we could use some impact players. And those positions are this is why it's popular right now. Law's doing it. Law talked about it. Boss has been talking about it. Defensive tackle, which I love Jay Toia, but he doesn't have the experience right now. I love what he brings to this room. Tuck just did one on the Maryland kid, did a video on him yesterday. But again, that's another rookie. And that's a position that takes some time to develop. We still need wide receiver too. You know what I'm saying? We did not address that at all. As a matter of fact, that one was probably addressed the least. Wide receiver too. We're still struggling with that, right? We could get better in the tight end room. We could, but that's probably on the burner of needs. Running back. I'm still not confident in the things that we've done at running back. I'm still not confident. As you can see, I still got my hat on. So y'all hit that like button, man, and we're going to dive into why this leaves Dak Prescott exposed. So, we talked about this all offseason, us content creators. We talked about Dak Prescott. We talked about him speaking up. We talked about Dak, bro, you're going to take the blame. We need you to go out and ask for weapons. We need you to ask. We need you to do this. We need you to do that, right? We've been asking Dak to do that, right? We've been like, Dak has been the company man, but we need you to speak up. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. Cool. But it's us fans that created this damn weapons versus trenches thing. The fans. We created this. You know what I'm saying? And they fed right on into it. We've created that battle for them. We made that easy for them. You know what I'm saying? We made that easy. When in actuality, in team building, you never have to pick. You should be trying to make your team the best that you can make your team. And I can personally tell you the best teams that I've coached, you had all of it. You had all of the above. You don't have to pick. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pick. And so we're at a point now where Dallas picked. You know what I'm saying? Dallas picked that we wanted to beef up the trenches, right? After all this talk about confident on the outside, got running back. Like I said we would if we didn't do it early. We waited until the 5th round, guys. So I won't look at another thing you say. But where it leaves Dak exposed is obviously Dak went to Cooper Kupp. He went to Cooper Kupp to try and bring him in, right? They told us that the price tag was whatever it was. Amari Cooper. I can't imagine that the front office are the ones who made that call. Like, we could bring Amari back in here. What I'm trying to tell y'all is Micah has gone to events with guys like Tyreek Hill, all these other people. Our players behind the scenes, more than likely, and this is just me reading into it, our players are fighting for us to get guys to come in here. You know, Nick Chubb, like, it don't take rocket science to see that our players, like that, like y'all got to realize something. This is me putting 2 and 2 together. Dez speak for the players. If Dez is out here putting out Nick Chubb videos and all this type of stuff, the players really want guys that can come in and make an impact. You know what I'm saying? This draft by itself was not good enough, and it still leaves our quarterback to where our quarterback has to bail this whole team out again. We put it all on Dak. And what's going to happen, we're going to be right in the same position, y'all. No matter how good we are in the trenches with this situation, no matter how good of a one tech we go get, we still going to be 7 and 10. We still going to be 7 and 10. And you're going to put your quarterback in a situation where he's got to throw the ball a million times where there's no receivers. Yeah, cool. How cool is a clean ass pocket with nobody to throw the ball to? You know what I'm saying? How cool is a clean ass pocket with nobody to throw to? On the defensive side of the ball, I do think we're in we're in a way better situation right now than we were, especially in the trenches. Our edges, I don't want us to add another edge. I love what we have there. And I do love our 2nd round pick. Ezra Raku, if that's how you say his name, that was a hell of a pick. I wasn't even mad. You know, I did want my back, but I knew that that's where it was going to happen. I knew that if we didn't get a back there, we weren't getting one in the 3rd. I knew we wasn't trading back up in the 4th. And now we're in a situation where we got Jadon Blue, and I love what he adds as as his explosion. But Jadon Blue is not a running back one. Jadon Blue is not built right now. They want to come in here and be our guy that we just hand the ball off to. So we're in the same situation where I told y'all before, where we have a committee and we suck at committees. I'm gonna ask the guys in the chat right now. I'm gonna ask the people in the chat, who's your starting running back right now? Who's your running back? Because see, again, we getting caught in this dumbass argument about weapons versus trenches, right? And I can say it's a dumb argument because I'm watching my brothers argue the wrong shit. Once again, we arguing the wrong shit. We talking about the wrong things, bro. Yeah, we want to be able to run and stop the run. Who the F is running the ball? Who running? Who's running the ball? But y'all sitting here, we talking about weapons and trenches. When y'all talking weapons and trenches, y'all aren't talking about running back. Y'all aren't talking about that aspect. That aspect keep getting lost. And see, me being the running back guy, I would tell Lou this, I would tell Boss, it would have behooved y'all to add a running back in y'all discussion as part of the trenches. Because see, the receiver people, the receiver guys, they understood that. And the guys that really want a receiver, they understand what the running game would have done. And then when we do throw the ball, because we are going to throw the ball 28 to 30 times, they understand that we need guys that can win matchups when we have to throw the ball. So we have to be able to do both. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm in a situation where I still don't feel confident that Dak is going to come to the line and be able to check the runs and we'll be okay. People are asking me, how do I feel about Maffa in the comments? He's okay. I think he's going to be fighting for his roster life right now. And I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's better than Javonte Williams. I don't think he's better than Miles Sanders. I think he'll probably be a practice squad guy. Just keeping it a buck. I do like what Jadon Blue adds, but he adds a specific skill set, so he'll have a role. But if I'm being honest with y'all, he not better than Miles Sanders, and he not better than Javonte Williams either. He just offers a skill set that we don't have in speed. Right now, I'm in a position where I don't know who my starting running back is. I don't know who's starting. You know what I'm saying? So right now, our quarterback. Somebody said what we missed. While we battling weapons versus trenches, our quarterback is fighting a fight for us. Our quarterback is asking for weapons, more than likely, and we still fighting against them. For my trenches folks out there, bro, y'all fighting against the quarterback. That's what y'all are doing, and you're doing Stevens' dirty work for him, and y'all don't even know it. Y'all doing Stevens' dirty work for him. Right now, what they're doing is they're making it seem like they have these weapons that they're discussing, these weapons that they're thinking about. But the ultimate plan is to roll out there with Tolbert. I'm going to tell you this straight up. Nobody had to tell me nothing or anything like this. Y'all read between the lines. If your quarterback personally had a discussion with Cooper Kupp, he is not fine with how things are going. He is not fine with how things are going. And right now, as much as I hate to say it, he ain't good enough to overcome what we got in that room. He ain't good enough to overcome that. Not too many are. You know what I'm saying? I could probably count on my hand how many quarterbacks could come in and win with this situation. And it's probably one or two when I say count on that hand. Your quarterback wants weapons, dog. Your quarterback wants people that he can trust to win. Your quarterback understands that he signed on. Your quarterback signed on for these 4 to 5 years to be competitive. Your quarterback didn't sign on to rebuild. So when I say exposed, this ain't even nothing clickbaity. We're leaving our quarterback exposed right now. When the more we don't get help, the more we keep putting things in front, like y'all are doing the dirty work for, and it's psychological, and we're losing the psychological battle. F team weapons, F team trenches, F that mess, bro. Forget it. Love y'all to death. Forget all that mess, bro. Team surplus. Do you think Philadelphia has to go team trenches, teams weapons? No. You shouldn't have to pit one against the other. It should be team surplus. I'm not with that. I'm not with having to pick or having to create a discussion for that. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I don't think we should pick either. Give me the best guys, bro. Give me the best players that can help us. We're still in the same situation we were before the draft. And I think that this is why team weapons, this is what we knew and this is what we feared. And it happened. And now we're trying to backpedal. No, so we made a decision to, in the draft, go in that trench room. Now it should be get us a running back, get us a receiver. Team trenches, y'all won the draft. God damn, y'all trying to win everything. Our team ain't good right now because our quarterback don't have nobody to throw the ball to. Our quarterback don't have nobody to throw the ball to, and we got a one technique in the draft, and we still can get a one technique. We still can get a one technique in free agency. It don't got to go first, though. There is no order to this. Why did there have to be an order? It don't got to be an order. When you make this thing a whole order thing, then you devaluing your quarterback. Y'all think y'all helping this team, but you really not helping your quarterback right now, who is the focal point of how we're going to succeed. We got to help the quarterback, bro. It is what it is. He's shown that he's not good enough to overcome all of this. Guess what? Jalen Hurts ain't good enough to overcome all of that. And they know it, and they give him a team. It's about the team. Get the team good. The team. Get the team good. We sitting here arguing, like creating arguments for what, bro? Get the team good. I don't even know if there's a particular formula. I don't know if there's a particular formula outside of just get good players. Get good players that's going to come in and impact at every position. You ain't got to pick. You ain't got to be team this, team that. Be team surplus. But right now, we don't have nobody to catch the ball outside of CeeDee Lamb. And right now, we don't know who our starting running back is. We don't even know the direction of the team right now. Everybody think they know the direction. If we go out there right now with this football team, we cannot compete with the best teams in the league. It's that simple. We have to do more work. There's more work that needs to be done. There's more work that has to be done. Straight up. And I know that we all can agree to that. But there doesn't have to be an order. How about this? Whoever's better, sign them. We got money. We ain't got to pick. We ain't got to be cheap. But what I'm going to tell you is your quarterback is asking for help, bro. Your quarterback is asking for help. Your quarterback won a Cooper Cup. Picking, like, y'all think the front office is leading them discussions to try and go get Pickens, to try and go get all of that? Hell no. The players are spoke. The players are speaking. The players are telling you things. See, we wanted Dak to come out publicly and say these things, right? Sometimes you don't got to do that. When Kansas City goes out every year, when they get to a certain point in the year, and they go trade for receivers, you know that Pat Mahomes is telling their ass, I need some help. Go get some receivers. And they go do it. So I think Dallas is trying to do that. I'm not saying the front office, I'm not saying that the front office isn't. But what I'm saying is there's no urgency for them to do it right now. So they can act like that's what they really want. They can act like that's what they really want. Nobody talking about running back. Nobody's talking about running back. And we should. The real fan said, look at what happened to the Bengals. And guess what? The Bengals are in the same situation, low key. They want to address the things that they really need. And they could address those things in the draft. You know what I'm saying? In free agency. But it just so happens that their best players that they spent premium picks on are really good at what they do. They're really good at what they do. So they got to pay them. We're using premium picks on offensive line, on defensive line, and they're not good at what they do. And we keep doing it. And we keep doing it. Now, part of it we've addressed is the coaching. We've addressed that. The coaching. I like that. I like that we've addressed the coaching aspect of that. Love that. That might be some of the Bengals' problem too. Is that half of it is your coaching. And I keep saying this. Like Mike Crum said this the other day. We got to get better at I forget what position. All the same stuff I'm talking about right now. Our corners got to play better. Our line has to play better. And then I told him, you make it seem like it's just all on the players. Like they just supposed to show up and they just supposed to be good. Or you just supposed to improve. Just because you show up don't mean that you're just going to improve. You got to be guided in some way. We got to accountability has to go up to the coaching and has to go up to the front office too for that. If we're using premium picks there, if we're using premium picks, but here's the thing: we cleared up a whole bunch of money. CD gave up money, Dak gave up money, meaning like you know what I'm saying they hit the button on their contract. So why the hell we hit the button on their contracts if we ain't gonna bring in nobody to help them? Specifically, we not gonna bring nobody in to help them. That's asinine, bro, and that's frustrating. That's frustrating. So just remember, when you enter this argument, let's talk about the right thing. We shouldn't have to pit each other against each other because we think that the front office is going to give us one thing over the other. Nah, keep that pressure. Right now, when you do team trenches and team weapons, you're not keeping the pressure on the front office. You're dividing the fan base. We're dividing each other once again. Team surplus. We don't got to pick because picking is where it is now why we got to backpedal and figure out how to get this team better. You don't got to pick. That's my stance on it. I seen Rome comment, talk to Law. You know, Boss, I tried to call him this morning. And maybe me and Boss, maybe we can do some work on it. Love my brother. And I understand the thought process. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm not with getting this team better. I'm also going to disagree too. We're all going to disagree. I think we really went heavy on trenches last week. We really went trenches. We've been heavy on trenches the whole off season. We picked up so many offensive linemen. And guess what? Even for all that caping for the trenches, you still ain't get what you want. And now y'all begging for a one tech. It's because we're not keeping the pressure the right way. We're not keeping the pressure the right way, bro. The team. We don't got to pick the team. And I know, and I get it. Just because you want a one technique over a receiver doesn't mean you don't want weapons. Cool. But why put that out there? We don't have to. Bro, The argument's over. Team Trenches won. Team Trenches won. It's over. They have decided to go heavy there. They have decided to do that. But guess what? You can still get a really good receiver and a really good D tackle and a really good running back. You can still get all those things. And you don't have to pick. How about team surplus? Get us these guys, bro. And this ain't even me trying to be different because I feel like if it was something I could get behind, I would. I would get behind it. Trust me. I done the key to Dallas, Key Allen to Dallas. I done the running back matters now. I done all the hashtags. I'm hashtagged out right now. I'm hashtagged out. This team got to get better, bro. The team got to get better. And it is not one specific way. We're still in the same spot. Still in the same spot. Let me start reading some comments, though, yo. Let me start reading comments. I'm sitting here. David Cowboy said Keenan Allen. I mean, if they sign him, go sign him. I'm cool with it. The real fan said, how good will weapons be if O line can't hold up and D line can't get opposing QB? Again, bro, y'all make that conversation sound like so simple, like coaches can't effing coach or you can't scheme things, bro. How about this? The O line was the best part of our offense last year. How about that? How about asking your coaches to scheme? Or how about getting players that are good enough so that you can scheme? That's really the problem. We don't have the skills to scheme like that. We don't have the skills to scheme like that. What good is having a good O line? You ain't got nobody to throw the ball to. What good is that? Y'all make it seem like the O line was just trash. In the beginning of the year, yeah. But throughout the course of the year, they kind of started performing a little bit. And guess what we did? We went and got a guard. We went out and got a guard. This draft, we went out and got one of the best edges in the draft. We went out and got one of the most slept on tackles. My bad, I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. Let me see if I can do it now. All right. We signed Osa. We brought in Fowler. Like, we have addressed. Why do we need to keep addressing it? Why do we need to keep addressing it? I mean, unless you're gonna add that one technique that's gonna be an impact. But cool, y'all give me some names. Give me some names. And I bet you that's not gonna break the bank. I bet you it's not gonna break the bank. I bet you it won't. I bet you it won't stop you. And I bet you can get those guys after you get a receiver. Right now, wide receiver 2 in the free agency market is scarce because everybody's looking for it. Everybody's looking for that. Twyman said DMV Fanatic off subject. Is the hot suit better than the hoodie version? Looks better for the summertime. I don't know about the hoodie version. I don't have it. Appreciate you asking. But right now, I'm working up a crazy sweat right now. But I do love the hot suit though. I've been on it since about January. And when I'm actually on it consistently, it works pretty well. But appreciate you asking. Okay, real fans says they may have money now, but they may not have money in future because of needing to play players coming up. I'm so sick of that, bro. I'm so sick of that because I watch teams figure it out. Again, that's letting the front office off the hook. How many times we gonna keep letting them off the hook? Figure out your payroll. Figure out how to do it. If it's about winning, you'll figure it out. How long have we been? Oh, well, you got to pay players. You got to figure this out. You got to figure it out. It's been 30 damn years. The formula don't work, bro. When we gonna go for broke? I actually feel like this. That's our approach every year. And it always seemed like, except for this year, it always seemed like we've been penny pinching. It always seemed like we've been penny pinching. So Keystone said Kansas City traded for a receiver back-to-back years. Yes. ISO said we got 37 million right now as we speak. Yes. ISO said this. Oh, I love this. Hey, bro, I wish that I could highlight this. If this was StreamYard, I would keep this up for 5 straight minutes. ISO said after post June 1st, we need to go get a one tech. Yep. Because guess what? And actually, that might happen. I don't think we should wait post June 1st for a receiver, though. I think we should just go get one. I think we should just go get one. And I think we should just go get Nick Chubb. Ain't no sense in waiting. Like, what's a couple more million? Go get Nick Chubb and go get one of these receivers. There's no point in waiting. And I don't think that there's a receiver out there post June 1st that worth a damn that we really want, to be honest with y'all. Like, I'd say go get him right now. You know, in the draft, you worked it out to where you really went heavy in the trenches. You really went heavy in the trenches. So just be aggressive in the receiver market. D tackle, I feel that. I definitely feel post June 1st. Wholeheartedly. Running back, maybe you can do it. I don't know. I don't see too many running backs running around here better than Nick Chubb. I'm just keeping it a buck. And I've read something, and this is why I started it today. This is why I'm like, damn all that, bro. This is why I'm like, damn all that. I saw that the Bears have heavy interest in Nick Chubb. That's exactly what Detroit did when they started building that run game the way that they built it. They went and got David Montgomery. And I feel like the Bears, I forget who the Bears got as a running back, but I want to say they got somebody better than we got. I want to say they got somebody better than we got. Let me go across. I want to say they got somebody better than we got. And they're going to pair him up with the Nick Chubb, and they're going to be right back. There's no reason why the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't go get Nick Chubb right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We talking about trenches versus weapons, which really means wide receiver versus D tackle. But Nick Chubb is the best player we could go get right now. Straight up. Somebody said D Swift. And they got a dude from Texas, Johnson. All right, so Big Sarge. Glad you said that, bro. And y'all let me know if y'all watch the stream with me, man, because I might stream it tonight. I might stream. Y'all let me know if y'all watch it with me and kick it with your boy. But I think Devin Haney wins by unanimous decision. I think he's going to look more improved. You look at him, he looks a lot more healthy. The last time that he really looked healthy, he put on a really good performance against Ruggiero. So I think Devin Haney's going to win. I think Tiafimo going to knock out Arnold Barboza. I think that there's levels to this. Tiafimo is going to put on an outstanding performance in front of his home crowd. And Ryan Garcia going to probably put Roley. He going to probably put Roley out early. I'm going to say probably about round 2. He probably going to catch Roley real early. And it's levels to this thing. Roley don't really got the skills. He don't got the skills to defuse Ryan. All he can really do is try and bum rush him like he did in the sparring session 8 years ago. But Ryan's much better since then. I think he's going to be ready for it. And then the bright lights, too. Bright lights matter. I think Ryan Ryan's better under the bright lights than Rolly is. So I got Ryan, and I don't think that it's just gonna be a knockout. It's probably gonna be a highlight reel, bro. Ryan, whoo! I don't think nobody can beat Ryan right now. Like it's gonna be like a super hype train for how bad he gonna knock Rolly ass out tonight. And I knew when the matchup hit. I knew when the matchup hit. Ryan right now is a big fighter, and he's fighting at welterweight, which I knew he eventually grow to welterweight. Ryan probably gonna grow to be in the. He gonna probably be a middleweight at some point. He gonna probably be a middleweight at some point. But him being healthy at 47, it's gonna be dangerous for a few guys. If you can't diffuse that left hook, if if and on top of that, it's not just the left hook. He's faster than everybody too. His hand speed is just really fast. So it can't just be you diffusing the left hook, but you just got to be able to outbox him, outthink him. And I do think that Tank was able to do that when they fought. But the difference is Ryan was a little drained. So I do think that fight is different if they're both heavy, if they both were fighting at about, if they both were fighting at 140. I think that fight would have gone different. I think Tank could still win, and he could have still maybe knocked him out. But I think Ryan would have put together a better fight. And you never know, man. I mean, as the rounds went on, we watched Tank versus we watched Tank in his last fight. I kind of felt like Ryan was getting a rhythm in that Tank fight. And trust me, I was team Tank. I was getting a rhythm before that body shot. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. What's up with y'all, man? Any other football questions though? Like I just wanted to let y'all know that I felt like we leaving Dak exposed by fighting a battle that don't need to be fought anymore. Right now, we need to be pushing the front office to making this the best roster as possible. And I don't think that picking the side is that. I don't think picking the side is that. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm happy with what we were able to do in the draft. Tell y'all that right now. I'm very happy with what we were able to do in the draft. I like what we did. They sold out on an idea and they went and got some of the guys that they wanted. Revel as a third round pick, great pick. Donovan Ezaraku, second round, good pick. Booker, good pick in the first round. Jadon Blue, good pick in the fifth. I had a third round grade on him. Good pick. Excellent pick. Now, Mafa, that one baffles me a little bit, y'all. And so I've been told that Martinez had something with his knee, maybe. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Still would have drafted him before I drafted because we ended up getting the right tackle. I forget who the right tackle is, and maybe I'll do a film session to make sure that I'm not crazy. That it won't work. But if you go and get a Nick Chubb to add with the Jadon Blue and maybe Javante Williams, you got to keep Javante Williams on team because he offers you specials. So I think he has a leg up there opposed to Miles Sanders. If you go out there and you get Nick Chubb, I think you give yourself a excellent chance. You give yourself an excellent chance to start out. And I get it. I know Nick Chubb is coming off of a injury to his foot. Foot broke. But I don't know. I just saw bro jumping hurdles. I saw bro um, squatting 600 pounds. He looked healthy as hell right now to me. He looked healthy. I would go get him. I don't think it would be that expensive either. Nick Chubb would be. I think that Jay Tuck tweeted this and said there's a difference between players that you have to be ready for and players that we can't let this person beat us. Nick Chubb is somebody that you absolutely have to plan for. You absolutely have to plan to stop Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is not a person. We can't let Nick Chubb beat us. Guess what? Our running back room right now is a bunch of guys that we just can't let. We can't let Jalen Tolbert beat us. Can't let Jalen Brooks beat us. What's going on? Tight end room like that. Can't let Jake Ferguson beat us. Can't let Schoon beat us. Can't let Span Ford beat us. That's where we're at right now, guys. And right now, the fights that we're creating amongst each other, we're kind of helping lead those conversations in those rooms too. We're kind of helping lead conversations in those rooms by doing that. Because guess what? They listen to what we say. They do. I think they had those discussions because we helped put that there. We helped put that there. Just like the running back situation, they won't really address it like that because they know it's an issue. They know it's an issue. They know that it's a heavy fan issue. They know that it is. They know that it is. But because we have a trenches versus weapons war, guess what? They can jump to the side of the trenches instead of addressing both. You get what I'm saying? When we say we need a running back, guess what they're gonna say? Well, we feel like it's the O line. And then we go ahead and we take that whole thing, we take that snippet and we make it into a war. And they get to feed into that. It's psychological. Selling is psychological. Selling is psychological. Think about when you see infomercials. And this is, look, I was part of MLM, so I understand the tactics. I was part of an MLM company. It's like if you can create the fear and then you create the solution, you look like the hero. Jerry always selling. ABC, always be closing. This is nothing but a sell job. When they told y'all that, they were selling. They were selling an idea. And guess what we did? We hopped right off of what we were and where we were, and we bought all that shit. We bought all of it. What up, landlord? We bought all of it. Bought all of it, bro. And then guess what we gonna do? We gonna be right back here. Man, we need a running back. We need to trade for a running back. We need to trade for a receiver. It's gonna be week 6, bro. We're gonna be at the trade deadline, and they're gonna tell you, well, we just didn't see anything out there that we felt was better than what we had. Or they're gonna trade another damn 4th rounder for somebody that can't get off on nobody else's team. Guess what team trenches is for real? Like, and this ain't, look, let me get off of that team trenches stuff. But the way that things are structured, we were so bad that they gave up a 4th round pick for Mingo just to not address it. Just to not address it when they can't address it. When your quarterback is asking for it. Y'all traded for Mingo, and after that trade, your quarterback who's throwing Jalen Tolbert in the backyard. He see Jalen Tolbert every day. He still went to Cooper Kupp and said, "Help me, help me." He still said, "Help me." He still said, "Help me." And Jalen Tolbert is best friend, best buddy. I was afraid of Buddy Ball. But I woke up this morning, I promise y'all, man, it was an epiphany. And I said, you know what? Dak trying to tell y'all. Dak probably fighting this battle without y'all knowing he fighting this battle. And what do? You don't know what you're talking about, Dak. And I will say this though. If Dak is like, yeah, Jalen good enough to be number 2, I'd be like, Dak, you don't know what you're talking about. But that's not the case. Because why would you try and get Cooper Kupp? Gotta think, man. Gotta think. We still ain't gave him a running back. We still ain't gave him a chance in the run game for real. We still haven't. Landlord, appreciate you for the $5 super chat, bro. I got a video on Blue. You know what I'm saying? That joint kind of going crazy right now, so go take a look at it. You know, because I did break him down. But my take on Blue, since you here, you sent me that. So anytime y'all want me to, stop what I'm doing and answer something, this is the way to do it. My take on Blue is, I think he has a role, but I don't think he RB1. And I think if we were just to go get Chubb, I think that it would solidify our running back room. I wouldn't say nothing else. Go get Chubb, and I'm good. Straight up. Jadon Blue, he offers some speed and electricity, and I do think you got to account for him. But I don't think he's a running back 1. I think you're gonna have to pair him up. He was one of my pair up guys. I felt like you were gonna have to pair him up if you drafted him, and I still feel that way. I don't think Phil Maffa is it. I don't think that he's it. I don't think Javonte Williams is it. I don't think Miles Sanders is it. But you go get a Nick Chubb, I think that he's it. Or I felt Damian Martinez was it, to be honest with y'all. I felt like Damian Martinez was it. And we passed on him to go get another damn tackle later on when we could have just doubled up at the spot. Now you got to, now I feel like if you got Damian Martinez, we wouldn't even be out here asking for Nick Chubb. We wouldn't even be out here asking for him. So that's where I'm at with that. I hope that answered your question. Mike Brown said, you want Chubb, not us. Nah, there's a lot of people that want Nick Chubb. There's a lot of people that want Nick Chubb. There's probably a lot of people in this chat that would take Nick Chubb. Y'all, you nuts. Who you want? You want Phil Maffa? Hold on, wait. Mike Brown, you want Phil Maffa over Nick Chubb? Answer that question for me. And then I know not to listen to you for nothing else. I know not to listen to you for nothing else. Tell me you want Phil Maffa over Nick Chubb. Please tell me that. So I can look at Mike Brown and say, yeah, no, I'm gonna ignore that comment. Please tell me that. All right then. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, bro. Straight up. Tell me you want Javonte Williams over Nick Chubb. Tell me that straight up, because he got injury problems too. He got injury. Tell me you want Javonte Williams over Nick Chubb. Tell me that. I'm waiting for that. Because that's the issue. It's talent. And what we do is we turn down talent for potential all the damn time, bro. Talent for Nick Chubb is talent, bro. We turn down talent for potential all the time. That's why we get our ass beat when it matters. Because we getting our ass beat by talent without potential. We got $37 million, bro. I'm sorry. You ain't got to marry Nick Chubb for a long time. You ain't got to marry him for a long time. Next year, we're going to be in the same spot. We're going to need to draft a running back next year because of what we did. We're going to have to draft a back next year. You ain't got to marry Nick Chubb for a long time. Damn, somebody asked me about this damn hot suit. I got sweat in my eye. I'm like Tank Davis. I gotta take a knee real fast. Nick Chubb, I think he was drafted in 2018. I think Nick Chubb is either like 28, maybe, or something like that. Somebody in the chat can look that up. I'm not sure. Keystone said, why bring Chubb in to get treated like a bastard? Because the couple carries that he do get, because Nick Chubb, bastard or not, Nick Chubb is going to start. He's going to start. And what that does is it buys Jadon Blue time to get used to the speed, to get used to the game. You know what I'm saying? I would rather him learn the tricks of the trade from a guy who's had success, like who's had constant success. I'd rather him learn from him than some guys that had it sporadic. Like it was really sporadic for Miles Sanders. And quite frankly, Miles Sanders has to prove that it wasn't just the O-line as to why he was successful 2 years ago. Javonte Williams has not had success in the league like that. Quite frankly, if I'm being honest, I like his running style a little better. And I think he has a little bit more toughness than Rico, but we still struggle with the same issue of not having to run past 30 yards. We still have the same issue with him. So Twyman said, you got the pants on too? It's actually funny, bro. So I'm super leg dominant. So I don't know if I bought the pants too small or what, but my quads broke up out of that, bro. My quads broke up out of that. So I just got on regular joggers right now as I'm walking. My legs broke up out of that, my G. Like I go to the weight room and I lift with my son. I'm teaching him how to lift. So I gotta go lightweight because if I start going heavy, if I start doing the Nick Chubb thing, I ain't gonna be able to fit no pants, bro. I ain't gonna be able to fit no pants. It's like my legs just break out of every damn thing, bro. Crazy. Mike Brown said Dak is trash. Oh, I want Isaiah Bond. Bro, he old as dirt. Y'all kept saying Mike Brown. Y'all said the same shit about backs last year. That can't always be it. There's a lot of young scrubs out there too. There's a lot of young scrubs that y'all want that never pan out. And some of these, like, you look at the draft class last year, and a lot of those running backs that we wanted couldn't beat out these veterans that are out here. Again, y'all be wanting to marry people for 10 years. Like, look at the big picture. Sometimes you got to marry somebody for 1 to 2 years in the NFL game until it's time to get the talent that you need. Sometimes you got to do that. Damn. I don't know what the hell that was. That almost flew in my eye. What's up, little Courtney Wheeler? But yeah, the whole point of this was I just wanted to say, guys, we keep arguing this stuff and we leaving our quarterback exposed to where we need to get better. Dak can't go in another year like this, bro. He can't. We can't go in another year with this receiver room looking like this, with this running back room looking like this. Running back room has gotten a little bit better. It's gotten a little bit better, but not impactful better. I was hoping that the running back room and the receiving room would get impactful, like impact better. Right now, it's just we're filling the roster with both positions. Corner, I still think we need a veteran at corner. You know what I'm saying? Until Trey is himself. You know, I'm not banking on another fast recovery. We can't bank on another fast recovery when it comes to that position, y'all. Darren Layson said, for me, the injury history is a problem. We could do better. Guess what? The veteran backs on our team have injuries too. So it's like, what you want? Would you rather the guy who has injury history that's better? Or would you just rather have the same guys who got injury history that aren't proven? That's what it comes down to. I wanted to draft the back. I wanted an impact back. We ain't get that. So this is where we are. Now, if we do have to choose, we do have to kind of choose from what's out there right now. Where in the back, in the draft, we had the opportunity to really control it a little bit better. Now we can't really control what the market is. That part we can't do. And you can't control who's going to get cut post June 1st. That's another thing you can't control. I'm all about controlling the controllable. We didn't do that. Big Sorry said I wanted Nick Chubb as well, but I know that ship sailed once they signed Williams and Sanders in free agency. Well, guess what? They ain't signed them to crazy deals. One of them is getting cut. One of them is getting cut regardless. We not keeping both of them. Like Keystone was talking about with the whole bastards and sons mentality. They not keeping two free agent journeymen because that's what they are at this point for the most part. They're journeyman running backs. Mike Brown said, I wanted to run it back from Ohio. Probably, was it Judkins or was it Travion Henderson? It's like, I get why we didn't get them. I get it. Donovan Ezeraku was too good to pass up on. I get it. But that's what I knew what was going to happen when we got an offensive lineman. When we got an offensive lineman, I knew we were going defense next. Because this team, because they're too predictable. They too predictable. Now we made the offense happy. Let's make the defense happy. Instead of the idea was to bring in Booker to be physical and to be able to run. So what I'm thinking is you go pair that up with a really good running back, and now you have an impactful running game. You still have question marks in the run game. You still have the same kind of question mark. You just got a better pedigree of guy to play guard. But at running back, you really didn't get a better pedigree of running backs to come in here. You got more explosive, but I wouldn't say that Jadon Blue is a better pedigree of running back than Miles Sanders. Y'all got to remember what Miles Sanders was. Miles Sanders was a second-round pick at one point that had really good measurables at the combine that came from a school that's notorious for, being in the Big Ten, run game, all that type of stuff. I mean, y'all got to remember he was behind Saquon Barkley. He was behind Saquon Barkley. So as far as pedigree goes, I don't think Jadon Blue, as far as running back goes. Now, Jadon is more of a weapon. You know what I'm saying? He can play the slot a little bit. You can line him up and slide. You can move him around a little bit. Like, I think he's more of a gadget. I'm not saying that Jadon won't help. I'm just talking about the actual position of running back, if that makes sense. So, yeah. And I just wanted to get undeniably better than Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. I don't think we got undeniably better there, if that makes sense. And I wanted to draft that. I definitely wanted to draft that. And the way that it fell, when you went and got Tyler Booker and the way that the board was going, you kind of knew that in the second round there was going to be a run on running backs. And if there wasn't a run in and then there was going to be the next wave in the third round, then you got the fourth round. And so now you're getting picked over people. And now you got to ask yourself this question. Why was Jadon Blue there all the way until the fifth round? Why was he there all the way until the fifth round? That part I can't answer. You know what I'm saying? There's information that scouts are privy to. There's information that a whole bunch of people are privy to that I'm not. But we'll see. I do think that he's going to be able to come in and help us. Phil Maffa, I just don't see it. Not yet. Could he develop in a couple years? Yeah, he could. Day one? Nah, I don't think so. I don't see it. There might even be some guys post June 1st that are better than Phil. Ratio said Chubb and Zeke are not the same. They're not the same. They're not. Can I be honest with y'all? Nick Chubb is a better pedigree of running back than Zeke is, or Zeke was. Zeke was a hell of an athlete, but as far as the running back position, the things you could do, and I think Zeke had a hell of a pedigree. I think that Nick Chubb was a different type of beast. It's just that Nick's injuries, Zeke, and then Zeke started piling up injuries too. But you know what I'm saying, Chubb, and I personally think that with Chubb, I think it has to do with how he's training. I think he trains with too much weight. I think he's really strong, but if you go look at how he trains versus Derrick Henry ain't using a whole bunch of weight. Derrick Henry got Derrick Henry's working on a lot of the smaller muscles. He's working on foot health. You know what I'm saying? He's working on flexibility, and That's why Derrick Henry's around longer. Derrick Henry doing hills. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his off-season training is the type of stuff that's gonna keep you around for a long time. You don't got to kill your body with a whole bunch of weights. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to kill your body with a whole bunch of chains. So now you're asking, well, why are you asking to bring that into Dallas? It's because it's better than what we got, and his pedigree is still really damn good. Now think about this. Said all the injury history and all that stuff. Everybody loved Ben Johnson. We love Ben Johnson's weird calling plays. We love how he's able to run the ball, how he's able to scheme things up. And Chicago has major interest in Nick Chubb. So that should tell you all you need to know. This is a guy who came off of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. So I think you got to beat Chicago to the punch here. I'm only asking us to beat Chicago to the punch. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking. And I think that it would serve us. Look, like I said, you ain't gotta have Nick Chubb for a long time. You ain't gotta have him for a long time. But for just this year, for sure, it would help. And then you still got to draft the back next year. You still got to draft one next year. Big Sarge said fumbling problems with Jadon Blue. Yeah. Now what I will tell you is, you know, good good coaching can help you nullify some of that. So, you know, I'm not so much on that. I think that he had a fumbling problem last year a little bit, but it can get fixed up with coaching, especially with NFL coaching. You got a bunch of coaches over there. You got a bunch of volunteers and stuff. And on the side too, you can work and do a lot of. See, in college, sometimes when you're so good at something, they don't have to correct it. So, see some. George Boney said, DMV wise, nobody talking about all the bad contracts Steven is doing. Like y'all still paying Gallup million this season. Yeah, that's a good point. And if y'all look at it, Jalen Tolbert is on the Michael Gallup trajectory. But here's the difference. Jalen Tolbert is nowhere near as good as Michael Gallup was at the time that we did sign him. And we signed him when he was hurt, but before Michael Gallup got hurt, Michael Gallup was looked at as about a 1B in the NFL. He had the production. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anybody before the injury that thought we shouldn't re-sign Michael Gallup. Our issue was the contract was coming up and he took advantage of the injury and then rushed him back and he messed up his confidence. Probably messed up his love for the game, to be honest with you. But they're trying to do that with Jalen Tolbert. That's why I'm like, let's cut out all the discussion about weapons and all that type of stuff. Because y'all gonna be mad when we sign Jalen Tolbert to a 3-year extension at wide receiver 2 money. Y'all gonna be mad because that's what we stuck with. And we know that the pedigree it just ain't there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to save everybody all the trouble. Go get a wide receiver 2 right now because y'all messed up and we didn't draft one. You know what I'm saying? And let's boogie. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Dak Prescott don't trust him as wide receiver 2. He don't like how things is going right now. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I'm gonna tell y'all that. He can't. He can't possibly. And I don't think he does. Because what changed in that room? What changed in that room from when he went to go talk to Cooper Kupp to now? What changed? I'm going to tell you what changed. Trenches versus weapons. That's what changed. And I'll just leave it at that. That's what changed. Because we was going to get him, because we was going to get him a receiver. I'm going to tell you, we was going to get him a receiver. So if we don't get him a receiver, we got to live with that. We got to live with that. We can't even complain because this was something we started. We started that. We gonna act like the front office did, but look at the guys they brought in for 30-day visits. Look at who they brought in. They ain't even bring in no linemen like that. We swayed that room. Our conversation swayed. Power of the tongue. We swayed that, my guys, my sisters. We did that. And what's gonna happen right now, I'm telling y'all. Remember, I told y'all. I was wanting to tell y'all, we're gonna get a back in the first or the second round. We wasn't gonna get a high quality one. I don't think Jadon Blue is a quality running back. I don't. No. Do I think he can help? Yes. Do I think he's a good pair-up solution? Yes. Do I think he's an answer to our run game? Hell no. Hell to the no. Hell no. Hell no. I'm gonna tell y'all this straight up, and I hope it don't start another damn war. But Quinshawn with the line we had would have been better for the run game than Jadon Blue with Booker. Travion Henderson, but I think he was already gone. I think somebody jumped us on that. He was already gone in the second round. But Travion, had we been aggressive and went up and got him, Travion would have been better with the line that we had as is than us getting Booker and getting Blue. You ask why? Why do I say that? What's Jadon Blue's number one attribute that he adds to this team that he's really good at? Pass catching. Y'all think we about to run the ball with a pass catching ass running back? Hell no. We ain't about to run the ball. We about to throw that thing. And we about to throw it. And your number two receiver is Jalen Tolbert right now. Pocket gonna be clear. Pocket gonna be clean as fuck though. It's gonna be clean. It's gonna be clean. Y'all got y'all clean ass pocket. You know what I'm saying? We got our wall of Dallas. We got what y'all wanted. We got us a pass. We got us a pass catching ass running back right now. That's what we got. And Phil Maffa. Brian Peters said Judkins was gone too. So when I say Travion, I say Judkins, I was talking about, like, I knew we was gonna have to move up. I knew we was gonna have to move up. Y'all know when we moved up? We moved up to get something else. We moved up to get something else. Who do we get when we moved up? I forget. Who do we move up? Who do we get? Did we get Jadon Blue with moving up? Did we move up and get Jadon Blue? I think we did. Caleb Johnson was around for a long ass time. The round we should have moved up in was the fourth. That's the round we should have moved up in. We should have moved up in the fourth. Nah, we move up. So somebody said we moved up and got Shamar Turner. Yeah. Move up to get a back. We moved up to go get another damn linebacker. Moved up to go get another linebacker. After we brought in Kenneth Murray, you know what I'm saying? Shamar Turner's a little bit different. But after they went and got homeboy from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? We run with this pass catching ass running back field we got right now. Miles Sanders catch passes too. We about to air this bitch out to nobody. We about to air it out to nobody. But we still arguing weapons and trenches, bro. No, we need a team. We need a team. We about to air this. We about to air it out to nobody. Nobody. Landlord, who we airing it out to, landlord? Tell me who we airing it out to. Y'all tell me. Mingo? Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what's gonna happen. Right now it's gonna be, well, we explored the market. We made a few calls, but we just didn't feel that there was anything better than what we had out there. That was out there. And we like the steps that Jalen Tolbert has made, that Jonathan Mingo have made, and we feel really good about where they are right now. Mark my word, we throwing the ball 40 to 50 times with Jalen Tolbert and Jonathan Mingo. Your quarterback trying to get weapons, and we still trying to get a damn one technique. He gonna throw the ball. He gonna throw the ball to a one technique. We gonna throw the ball to a one technique. We throwing the ball to a one technique, y'all. You let me know. I mean, we might have some jumbo sets. Might have all that stuff. Y'all let me know. Y'all tell me what's easier to get. Post June 1st. Tell me this was easier to get. A D tackle or wide receiver or running back. Rank those three. My ranking is wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle. Harold Edwards says it's not guaranteed that the O-line is going to come together because we are still uncertain both left and right tackle. My bad, y'all. It's pollen out here. Yep. You're right. You're right, Harold. Excellent comment, my guy. Excellent comment. Because you're right. We still got question marks at the tackle. We do. We do. Who was it that got Luther Burden again? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. When the weapons went off the board, it's kind of like this. Like, when that girl you like go mess with somebody else, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. I can't remember who Luther Burden went to. Oh, he went to the Bears. God damn it. And the Bears trying to get Chubb. The Bears trying to do what we've been asking our team to do. The Bears, the sorry ass Bears, trying to do what we was asking our team to do. And guess what? They had to build their front too. They had to build their front too. But I have seen the idea floating with DJ Moore. You know, I think DJ Moore's contract is around, it'd be about $25 million. I'm cool with that. Love DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore would give us more than adequate juice. DJ Moore will be really solid with CeeDee Lamb. There might even be some situations where DJ Moore is better than CeeDee Lamb. That's what you really want, opposed to CD too. CD is out there pouting. You got somebody that's gonna hold it, who's gonna hold them straight. Cause we ain't gotta target you. Hell, we about to do. Oh, CD pouting. We about to throw the ball to Jalen Tolbert. can't get off a damn jam. Here's the crazy thing. I like Jalen Tolbert. I hate that I have to say things like this. Hate that I have to do it like this. Hate that I have to say it and be so frank, right? I hate it. But y'all know me. There's no other way that I would do it. I'm frank about my own playing career. I'm frank about that. Put it this way. I love myself. I love me. I love myself as a player. I love my work ethic. I love, you know, that I was willing to work harder at the IQ aspect of the game, to make up for my lack of toughness. If I was in that running back room right now, I'd be like, we ain't got no shot. I'm gonna tell you straight up, what we got in that running back room ain't far. Ain't that much far. Ain't that far. Ain't that far and above. Tell you that straight up. Uh, Common Sense Lab, since I like Ridley, I do too. Will we have to trade for Ridley? I think we would have to trade for him, and it just depends. Like, how often do you just want to keep trading for other people's like bad goods? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'd rather you just be on the market and you gamble because you're good enough to gamble and get the best possible offer from yourself than saving somebody like a damsel in distress, saving somebody who's struggling in another situation. You know what I'm saying? I'd almost rather get the veteran that knows their worth than to get somebody I gotta save out of a situation because I like them on the draft board. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how often we've traded for somebody. I think we did it one time. We did it with Amari Cooper. We gave up the one and we beat the Raiders with that one. We beat them with that one. I also think a lot of luck came behind that. That was the one time we did it. Outside of that, we've been getting our head bust with these trades. We've been getting cooked. We've been getting cooked. Maybe not trading back. Like, trading back in the draft, that's different. Like, we ended up with BB, but trading back also got us Guyton, who we're still uncertain about, right? So, I mean, as far as trades go, I don't know that I trust this team to make another damn trade. I don't know that I trust them, especially now with things so scarce and people trying to get their teams together. I don't know if I trust them to make another trade with another mid-round pick because we always seem to get beat over the head. We always give up more than the value for somebody that, quite frankly, was probably going to be cut in a year. Jonathan Mingo probably was going to get cut, y'all. We probably could have got Jonathan Mingo this year. He probably was going to get cut. Trey Lance is cut, technically. Trey Lance. Trey Lance ain't stay here and we traded for him. Gave up a fourth round for him. They your running back right there. 2 years of running backs, gone. 2 years of running backs, gone. And we still need the same thing. Still need the wide receiver. Still need a running back. Damn. Drew said Blue is Tony Pollard 2.0. I agree. I agree with that. And even with that, Tony needed a pair of partner too. But I agree with that. I think they like that formula. But what does that tell you? We ain't about to run the ball, y'all. Everything they was talking about, all this, we about to get physical. We gonna be physical. We gonna move. They gonna throw the damn ball. We got all these physical ass coaches to throw the damn ball again. We about to throw. We about to throw the ball. We about to throw to Jalen Tolbert and Mingo. We about to throw. We ain't running the ball, Twyman. We ain't running, bro. Y'all really like think about this, right? Everybody like blue. We like blue. Cool. Y'all trying to run blue on inside zone. Y'all cool with running him on inside trap. Y'all cool with running blue on counters. All the gap scheme stuff we said we gonna do. We about to do that with blue. Hell no. Hell no. Texas was running them zones. You know what I'm saying? They was keeping him out of harm's way. And that's the best value for the back that we got. Now Phil Marfa might be able to do that, but I just don't think he's good enough. He'll have to prove me wrong. And it won't be the first time somebody's proved me wrong. But over the long somebody said Diggs is cooked. Over the long term, we kind of cook at RB right now. Now Nick Chubb, healthy, which he is right now. He's super healthy right now. If you haven't seen him work out, go check him. Go check him out. But Nick Chubb is one of the best in the league, if not one of the best ever, at this gap scheme stuff that we want to master. He's one of the best. One of the best. We're talking scheme fit for what we want to do. Nick Chubb embodies that. That's one of the things we need to push. Nick Chubb embodies that. Keenan Allen might be a little washed. Definitely washed compared to what he was. But Keenan Allen fits with what Dak likes in his receivers. Amari Cooper, we already know what that chemistry's like. We already know what that chemistry with Amari Cooper's like. The thing about Amari Cooper is Amari Cooper lost a step. He did not lose his route running ability. But here's the thing. Him and CD would just switch. Where CD's the guy. And then you asking Amari to just win one-on-one matchups. Amari can win one-on-one matchups in his sleep. Amari can do that role in his sleep. Drew said, DMV, how did Dak look before the injury? Let's be real. He ain't look that good. You know what I'm saying? He looked like somebody that was trying to do more with less. Oh, he looked like somebody that was trying to do more with less. And we know that formula don't work for this team right here. It just don't. So we asking him to do that again. Dak ain't trying to do that again, y'all. He not. He not trying to do that again. So let's help him. Let's save the Cowboys from themselves. Let's save them from themselves. We don't have to have a war about. We don't have to have war about what's more important. Like, bro, because that show up. I think Terrence Parsons said this. They have a big ass screen in headquarters where they have all the tweets pop up, and we about to start another damn trench versus skill, and you gonna get exactly what you want, and don't bitch and moan about offense can't do nothing. I don't want to hear it, bro. We ain't even running the ball because we didn't give them nothing to run the ball with. Y'all was so busy. We so busy fighting for that one tech that can't run the ball, that can't catch. When we could have got all of them. When we could have got the one tech that could stop the run. Like right now, we're limiting our own argument. We're limiting it. We're limiting our argument by saying trenches or weapons. We're doing that. The front office isn't doing that. We're saying we're okay if you just give us one of those. We're doing that. Drew said Amari is cooked. He just played with the NFL MVP and then bust a grape. Please sign Amari. Yeah, because he went midway with the guy who ain't had no chemistry with. But they still did what they did. And I'm gonna tell you what Buffalo did. Buffalo ran the damn ball. When things got tough, Buffalo ran the ball. I'm not asking for Amari to get 1,000 yards. I'm asking for us to get an adequate running back. I'm asking for somebody that can make some plays when they got one-on-one coverage. I'm asking for Amari to be here because DBs know they have to respect Amari. They know they have to respect him. And if we have a run game, it opens up the offense. I don't need Amari. I'm going to say the same thing because I said this about Zeke, but I was a Zeke lover. I wanted Zeke to fill a role. I already got my guy in CeeDee Lamb. I already got my guy. I just need you to just win matchups, bro. I don't even need you to be the second option in the offense. I need you to hit a 3 from the corner. I need you to consistently be able to hit a 3 from the corner. I already got my scorer. I already got my slasher. I already got my point guard. Bro, I just need you to be able to consistently hit the 3 from the corner when you're wide open. That's all I need. That's all I need from Amari right now. Amari can do that. Keenan Allen can do that. Can you hit a consistent 3 from the corner when we pass you the ball? Can you do that? Can you be in the right spot? That's all I need for my basketball people out there. Common Sense Lab says the fight has to be for both. Yes, it does. It does have to be for both. It does have to be for both. It has to be for it has to be for all three. Stop forgetting the running back. We got to stop forgetting the running back. We still need a running back. We technically need a corner. We need 4. We need 4. We still got to address 4 things. We still got to address 4. We still got question marks in that cornerback room. We still got question marks, even after having an excellent draft. And this is why we were trying to tell people, I know on Cover 3, that a good draft ain't good enough. And we had an excellent draft. We might have had one of the best drafts in the NFL. We certainly had a top 3 NFL draft. We definitely did. I mean, we got some steals, guys. We really did. We really did. I'm not hating on the draft at all. I like the guys we got. But just like I said then, I'll say it now. We draft a hell of a team for the next quarterback. And I'll just leave it at that. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'm getting ready to, finish my walk, go in. And I appreciate y'all for kicking it with your boy, for talking about why we need to help our quarterback finally bring in some weapons. All right, y'all. Peace.